Hello guys, here we are. We're going to talk about the service learning timesheet. Okay, so the service learning timesheet is going to be a little different depending on where you did your service learning. If you did your service learning in a K through 12 setting, you will have to look at your Florida subject area competencies, your reading competencies, and your English competencies. Your ESOL competencies, sorry. And then you will put your standards based on that. An easy way to do it is if you actually can talk to the teacher and the teacher gives you the lesson plan, or at least shares what the objectives and the standards that they were going to address in the lesson were. Then you can just copy and paste those standards. But I wouldn't necessarily harass the teacher for it, just because I used to be the service learning coordinator, and I know that when it becomes too cumbersome for the teachers, they don't like to allow students to finish their service learning with them. So if the teacher is willing, take it. If not, try to see what they're doing in class and then go back to the standards and see what standards apply. Okay? Either way, you can definitely do the Florida teacher standards for ESOL endorsement. I will get into those in a minute. Whether you're completing your service learning in a K through 12 non-for-profit, you can definitely use the ESOL teacher standards for English endorsement. Okay? And what you're going to do with those is you're going to give me the date, the time that you went in, the time that you got out, your teacher's signature, and then the competency addressed. Okay? So kind of you can put the code and then tell me, in other words, what was it that you guys did. Okay. So just as an example, if I go to the ESOL endorsement, here are a couple of competencies that you would see. So for example, demonstrate knowledge of components of language and understanding language as an integrative and communicative system. If depends on if you're doing a whole language approach or if you're doing a form focus, this would apply. Okay, or an easier example would be apply knowledge of phonology, morphology, semantics, pragmatics. If you're working with the student on short vowel sounds, long vowel sounds, you're addressing phonology. Or if you're teaching them how suffixes work in a sentence, or how to change the word, that's morphology if you're working on syntax. So essentially you would use this performance indicator and you're going to put it in your timesheet in this area, and you're going to explain what you did. That's essentially how you would complete your service learning timesheet. Okay? So again, it depends on if you're in K through 12 or if you're in a non-for-profit, your how you would complete the timesheet may change a little. Either way, you're still going to have some competencies on there, and then you do have to explain in very briefly what it was that you did. Okay? If you have any questions, feel free to send me a text message or give me a call, and I will gladly address those for you.